who are busy with remedial tuition or whichever. So I'll just do a quick recording for them. So at least that they get to study if they want to. Okay, so I'm going to go through this revision worksheet that I gave out yesterday. So hopefully all of you have it. If you don't have it, then the soft copy is inside our Google Classroom under EOY Revision Practice Paper 1. Okay, so just to go through some of the important key concepts that you might want to use, okay, you might need to use for Paper 1. Paper 1 will be more of calculations rather than word problems. Okay, so these are some of the types of questions that will be tested. Okay, first question over here, we have changed this into a Malaysian ringgit using the current exchange rate. So we have $3 is 9.306 and Malaysian ringgit. Okay, and change $200 into it. So we use the simple ratio proportion formula. Okay, we take 200 divide by 3 times 9.306. So 200 divided by 3 times 9.306. Then you get your answer. Anyone got the number, please? Come do the calculation, give me your answer. Hurry, hurry. Hello, quickly. Anyone can give me the number? Hey, I don't want to waste time. I got many things I need to talk. Cannot hear me? I cannot hear you. Y'all don't want to provide the answer, then I have to talk to myself. Okay, this answer is 620. Remember to write your numbers in 2 decimal place for money. Okay, 2 DP for money. All right. Next question. Now this question over here, triangle ABC and XYZ are similar. This is similar triangles. It should be a topic that you should have learned in Sec 2. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to match. They say ABC and XYZ are similar, right? So you match ABC with A match to the angle X. So A with its angle X. Okay, then B with angle Y, B with Y, C with letter Z. Okay, so B is with Y, then C is with letter Z. Okay. Okay, so we have this one. Now the question asks us to find the ratio, the length of the sides. So when we want to find such kind of question, we usually need to draw a ratio. Okay, a ratio, and you notice that one triangle is bigger, the other triangle is smaller. So there will be 2 different triangles. I will take the ratio of small triangle is to the big triangle, or the smaller shape is to the bigger shape. But first, let's find the corresponding sides first. So if, for example, I have the measurement for AB matches with XY. So I take the measurement for XY. That means small is 4 cm. The bigger one is 10 cm. So we need to match, okay, match the labeling. Okay, and match the different sides. So now once we have this ratio, they ask me to find the length of side AC. Let's take a look. AC matches with which side? AC is here. AC will match with the side XC. No, XZ. Sorry, this one should be XZ. Who is Bali? Okay. So in this case, I'll match with XZ. So in this case, AC will match with XZ. XZ is over here. The one is 6 cm. So that means 6 cm is the one for the smaller. Okay, that means I want to find AC. What is AC? The bigger one. So how do we find this? Using our proportion method. We divide 6 divided by 4 times 10. So it will be 6 out of 4 times 10. Okay, please give me your answers, please. Calculation. Quickly, number.
15.
15. Thank you very much. Okay, so in this case, we have our measurement for 15 cm. So this one is used for similar triangles. Okay, for similar figures, remember ratio, there's a ratio. Small is to big, then you use the ratio. Okay, for similar angles, right, just need to highlight certain things. Number one, all angles are the same. For similar, okay, similar. Right, similar figures, all angles are the same. But then there is the ratio. Ratio of the sides are the same. So they are not of the same length, some big, some small, but the ratio of the corresponding sides are all the same. So this is for similar triangles or similar figures. Okay, then you can have congruent. Okay, congruent means exactly the same shape, same angles, same size, same length, everything all the same. Congruence means exactly the same, but maybe the rotation is being rotated in a different way itself. Okay, so this one. Next question. Okay, this one we need to revise this. This is for our chapter 1 questions for indices, right? What do we need to do for this kind of question? You notice that there is division sign. We need to change the division to multiplication. So the first fraction in front stays the same. What happens to the fraction at the back? The fraction over here will swap, change place, right? So it's 14 over 3x. Okay, right? Then what do we need to do? We should multiply numerator with the numerator, denominator with the denominator. Do use your calculator. So 12 times 14, 168. Then I look at x. There's only one x squared here, so this is x squared. Okay, then now we multiply the denominator, 7 times 3. That gives you 21. X only. But this is not the final answer. Must simplify. Okay, we need to cancel away more questions or whichever we need to simplify. So what do? We key this portion into our calculator. 168 over 21. What do you get in your calculator? 8. Yes, 8. Thank you. So in this case, the answer is 8. Now, normally we have a numerator and a denominator. I'm not sure what I have, so I just put 8 first. Next one, I check x squared and x. On top got 2, bottom got 1. This means x times x over x. If I cancel away one of them, I'm left with only x to the power 1, and it's in the numerator, got more power on top. Okay, then I realize there's no denominator in this case, so the answer is just 8x. Can? Okay, I sidetrack a little bit. I do on extra other examples. Okay, for example, what is 2x cubed? Whole thing square. If they give you questions like that, what is 2x cubed whole thing square? When we have something square, what does something square means? It means I repeat the thing multiplied by itself 2 times, correct? So I repeat these 2 times. But what is inside my bracket? My bracket will have 2x cubed with 2x cubed. So when we have things like, for example, the whole thing square, right? Then we need to repeat the thing itself 2 times. Next one, then we multiply number 2 times 2 to give you the number 4. This is x to power 3. This is x to power 3. Multiply together. So here got 3, there got another 3. Total, we have x to the power of 6 of them. Okay, so we can have other types of questions that involve these type as well. Okay, another type of question, for example, I give you 3x to power of negative 5. For example, I want to write in positive index form. Okay, positive power. How to write this as a positive power? You notice the negative power here is only for who? This negative power, is it for 3? Or is it for x? Or is it for 3x? What is the negative power for? No response. The negative power only for the x itself. That means in this case, the number 3 don't move. It's not affected. It stays the same. Okay, it stays the same. Then I look at what is x to the power of -5. X to the power of -5. If I have a negative power means I write the thing as 1 over something. Or if I have a fraction, if I have a negative power, I need to swap the fraction. Okay, so in this case, this is x to the power of -5. The power is still 5, but I'm going to write it as 1 over, the 5 is not on top, okay? The 5 is in the power. The x shift house to the bottom, okay, but the power is still 5. But you notice the 5 now changed to a positive power. So this negative sign here effectively shifts the x from the numerator to the denominator. But the power 5 is still the power, is not a number at the numerator. Okay, but this is not my final answer. We need to combine them together. Numerator, 3 times 1 is 3. Denominator, x to the power of 5. Then this will be the type of answer. Okay, so coupled with this, right, just take note the possible types of question that can be tested either in paper 1 or in paper 2, right? So these are the few common types of indices question. Please take note, right? Oh, got one more. Anything, any number to the power of 0, okay, will be equal to the value 1. All right, so this one, please remember. Next question, right? I need to simplify this term. What we need to do, we group all the terms with x together. So I'll rewrite. The sign follow the algebra, follow the thing. This is together. So when you want to do shifting, the sign follow the algebra itself. So I should group it with x. So the next one here, this x is a positive x. So I put plus x. Okay. Next one, I want to look at my y. The y is a positive 2y. So I put plus 2y. Last but not least, the y, this one here is negative 6y. So I put it together. So when we do shifting, the sign follow the number itself. Okay. Then now this one here, this is -5 plus 1. Please don't tell me it's -6. Use the calculator, calculate your answer. So it's -4x. Okay, this is 2 minus 6. Use your calculator, please. Don't give me +4 or whatever. Just take +2 minus 6. So it's -4y. Then this one will be your answer. Question says simplify. Don't go and factorize. Don't cancel out anything. This is the final answer. Is this okay? Can? Yeah, okay so far? No. Can I?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, very
I love
good.
it.
Okay. Then next one, factorizes factorization. So when we do don't know how many terms, right? First thing, always check for common factors. Okay, always check for common factors. So we got 12a minus 14b divide. So our first common factor, some of you maybe you'll say just 2. Okay, maybe sometimes got 3, got 6, got a different time. If you need 2, you divide a few more times. So I should divide out by 2, I get 6a. 14 divided by 2, that would be 7b. So in this case, my answer here, 2 is my common factor, bracket 6a minus 7b. Okay, then you check, is there any other things inside that needs to factorize or not? Don't have, then this one is our final answer. Okay, this one must know how to do. Secondly, next one, factorize this kind of question. Okay, this one, you may need to use your calculator, or some of you don't want to use the calculator, you want to use the different square method or whichever method, up to you, but I'll use my calculator to help me. A is the number 1, B is the number -9, got negative, -9, C is the number +18. So now you use your calculator, mode 522 or mode 33. So A is the number 1, B is the number negative, remember a negative sign. Then C is the number 18. So in this case, my calculator tells me the solution is 6. The other one is 3. What does this mean? Meaning I have 2 brackets. I need to have x times x to give me x squared. So these two must be x. Then I want a 6 times a 3 to give me 18. Okay, that means I need a 6 and a 3. But what is the sign to use? Let us consider. X times 3 is 3x. X times 6 is 6x. I want here -9x, -9x. So in this case, these two numbers here must be negative, so that when I add them up, I can get a negative sign. So that's why negative. So you just remember, if your calculator give you positive value, here remember to change to negative. Calculator give you positive, change to negative. Okay, then factorize. This one will be your final answer. Everyone know how to do this question? Can I continue?
Yeah, can.
Okay, good. Okay, next question. Okay, this one, number pattern. Yes. Okay, number pattern need to take note of. In your syllabus, you probably need to learn the one with a common difference. So let's see. For 17, how to go to 13? I -4. 13, how to go to 9? I -4. 9, how to go to 5? I -4. -4. So my next term will be 1 minus 4. 1 minus 4, that will give me -3. Okay. Then the next term again, -3 minus 4, that will give me -7. Everyone should know how to do this question. But the next part, how do you find the expression in terms of n for the n term, the n pattern? Why is it -3? It should be -4, right? Alamak. Sorry, the answer here -3. Okay. Then if my n term in this case, you notice our pattern is always -4, -4, -4. So your n term will definitely have a -4n. Okay, but I don't start off with a number like that. I need to think, what number -4 can give me 17? What number -4 can give me 17? So what do? I undo it by I add 4. So 17 plus 4 to give me the number 21. So this one will be 21. So that when I first term, I take 21 minus 4, immediately I can get 17. Okay? So this one must know how to do, find the term 0. Now, question say, using your answer over here, find the 20th term. 20th term. This is for the n term. Tn is given by 21 minus 4n. So T20 is how much? T20. This is n. Now this one, the n changed to 20. So the n changed to 20, that will be 21 minus 4 times. The n is now the number 20. Then you calculate this answer, 21 minus 4 times 20, to give you -59 answer. Okay, if not, then you manually do and count until you reach the 20th number. Okay, still can be done. Okay, don't give up the question. Next one. Okay, this one of your weaker areas. right? Model of a school. The other day, somebody was telling me, sure, usually you do map and actual, okay, but then now this one is model. What the thing actually means is the model or the map or the one that you use with the scale. So that is a smaller one. So in this case, I will use the model is to actual instead. But of course, if you write map is to actual, I will also understand what it means. Okay, so then follow the question. This is 1:50. So when we first begin with 1:50, we got nothing, no units, right? We begin with cm. Okay, begin with the cm. So in this case, if I want to find the height of the building on the model is 35 cm and find the actual height, but they want it in meters. So first things first, change units. Okay, always remember to change the correct units. Change which units? They only want the actual in meters, so you just change the actual to meters, right? Then this one you need to remember, meter to cm is times 100, cm to meter will be divided by 100. So you get 0.5 meters, 1 cm. Next one, they give you answer, the number here, 35. So 35 times 0.5. Okay, and that will give me 17.5 meters answer. Okay, most of you are able to do part A, but then when it comes to area, then you start to be a bit blah. All right, how do we find the area? We use the same thing. Map is to actual. Okay, I always use map. They want model. Model is to actual. Now, if you use, some of you like to start with 1:50. Can, no problem. Okay, you can still use this also. But the question is, we check what is the units that they want. They want one of them is in meter square. I want to get meters square. The other one is in cm square. I want to get cm square. Okay, so what I need to do first, there are two things you need to do. Number one, change the units. Number two, square to get area. Okay, you must first change the unit, then you square to get the area. Which side is the units that I need to change? This is the one, the cm to the meter. I already know how to change cm to meter already. I divide by 100. That's why I get 0.5 of a meter. This one stays at cm. But then this is not enough. I want to get area. So what do? 1 square, cm square, 0.5 square, meter square. Okay, some of you don't like to press the calculator to get so many numbers, or you don't know what to do. It's okay even if you leave it down here, you don't need to calculate, also can. The moment you write this, you already get marks. Okay, remember to put the square over there, that's all. Okay, so if that's the case now, if let's say I don't do calculation, I don't write so many numbers, then the next thing, what do? I look at my question. Question got 250 meter. So I put the 250 meter square over here. Then how do I do my proportion? Okay, this one divide by this times 1. Okay, so this one will be 250 divided by, but now this number is 0.5 square times 1 square. Okay, then you can get your answer. So here will be 250 divided by 0.5 square. You must remember to square. Right, then you get your answer 1000 cm square. Okay, can? If not, you want to write out the number, then you have a few decimal places. 0.5 square, that will be 0.25. Also can, no problem. Okay, just remember 2 steps. Number 1, change the unit. Number 2, square to get the area. Then you plug in your actual value or your model value. Then you do your proportion. Then you should be able to get the answer. Okay. Can?
Can.
Can, this one must know how to do, sure tested. Okay, sure tested. Either paper 1 or paper 2. Next question. Okay, this one, express this in standard form. Do you all remember how to put the standard form? Standard form is the one that has times 10 to the power of something. If it's a 0.00000, very small number, the power is negative number. If it's a large number, let's say don't know what number with a 0.00000, very large number, then the power will be positive number. Okay, so in this case, firstly, I must have the number bigger than 1, smaller than 10. So I need to put the decimal place between the 5 and the 6. Of course, copy all the other number. Then times 10 to the power of something. Now we need to start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times. So I have negative 5. That will be my answer. Okay. Similarly, if let's say I give you 1, 2, 3, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. What is this in standard form? I will be 1.235 times 10 to the power of, I need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10 to the power of 9. Okay, these are the questions where they convert the normal number to standard form. Right, other types of question, additional question. For example, right, 5.78 times 10 to power negative 4 in ordinary form. What does this mean? Writing the number in ordinary form. That means I do not want 10 to power of something. So let's say I got, originally this is 5.78. Now my decimal place need to shift 8. How do I know where to shift? The number here, this power is negative power. That means the number becomes smaller. So I must make the decimal in front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Decimal place is here, but I need to put 0 in front, fill in the rest of the blanks with 0. Then this number will be 0.000578. Right? Please write the proper answer inside the answer blank. Next question, if let's say they say find, for example, 2.589 times 10 to power of 5 in ordinary form. So this means I do not want the standard form. I will take 2.589. I need to shift my decimal place. But you notice this one is times 5. It's a positive power. I need to make it bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to add 2 more zeros. But do write it properly out in your answer blank. Okay, without the counting. Okay, so this one is for standard form. Okay, and do read questions. Sometimes the question can give you standard form, but they ask you to count things. For example, like population, people per kilometer square. When they have this per means division. You take the number of people, divide by the area kilometer square or things like that. This one, if you want to double check, go back and read your workbook. Okay, workbook, book A itself, the first few chapters itself have the revision questions. Okay, go there and revise. Right, next one, indices, still indices. No, just now we were saying anything to the power of 0 is 1. All right, this one here, why did I write this whole thing as just simply 1? Because they put bracket 1 to the power of 0. So everything inside the bracket, okay, will change to 1. Next thing, what is this? X to the power of negative 2. We have negative power. 2 is still the power. Okay, so 2 will move together with the x. But what does negative power means? 1 over. right? Then the x now shifts to the denominator, but the power changed to power 2. Okay, then they say simplify this as an expression, so this whole thing will be the answer. All right, so this whole thing will be just the answer. Okay, next question. Oops, my next lesson starting soon. Okay, find the perpendicular height, okay, of the triangle given your answers to 2 decimal places. Where is this perpendicular height? Oh, I want the perpendicular height here. Okay, but something to take note, I got a right angle. That means I have a right angle triangle over here. Let us use our Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem says c squared equals to a squared plus b squared. Correct? So C is my hypotenuse, the longest side. So C is this side over here. But I want a right angle triangle. What is this portion? Okay, now since this is an isosceles triangle, when I cut in the middle, it will cut it exactly into 2 parts. That means this portion here will now change to 6 cm. Okay, now I want to find H. Is H the shorter or the longer side? If it's the longer side, we add them together. Something square plus something square. If it's the shorter side, we subtract something square minus something square. So in this case, H is the shorter side. I'll take 14, remember to square, minus 6, remember to square. Then after that, what must we do? Square root. Okay, working, how many 6 feet?
3.
Working, final answer 3 feet. Working at?
5.
Working 5 feet, yes. So it's 12.649. Then round off. But normally I write 3 feet, right? But the question never says so. The question say 2 decimal places. So don't do blindly. Read the question. So first decimal place, second round up. So it will be 12.65 cm as the answer. Is this okay? Can Okay, so Pythagoras theorem may be tested. Okay, so please remember to practice. Right. Next question. Let me go through. Let me revise a little bit more. When do we use Pythagoras theorem? Okay. This one just related to the solid. I just add on additional question. For example, I give you a square base pyramid with length. Maybe I just put 10. Then the perpendicular height, I don't know. Maybe put perpendicular height. Maybe I put perpendicular height 12. Okay, a pyramid lah. Okay, let's say I have a rectangular pyramid. When is it that we need to use Pythagoras theorem? Okay, when the question talk about the slant height, if you remember, for our slant height. So the slant height itself is equals to square root of the radius square plus the height square. So in this case, my height over here is the number 12 square, but this one is not 10. What is this number over here? Okay, this portion is 10. This number over here is actually only 5. You must remember to divide by 2. Okay, so that is where you use your Pythagoras theorem. 5 square plus 12 square, you square root, you'll get the answer 30. Okay, to calculate volume of pyramid, anyone remember volume of pyramid? There's a fraction on top, small, bottom, big.
1/3.
Yes, thank you very much. 1/3 times the base area times the height. Base area times the height. The base area will, in this case, 10 times 10, 100. Okay, or you can write 10 times 10. So the height will be 12 cm. So in this case, 400 cm cubed. Right, but if I want to calculate the total surface area, this one will open up to a square. Base is 10, 10. How many triangles? four same triangles for a square base pyramid. Okay, then the slant height over here is now the number 13, not 12, 13. So to find the total surface area, find area of the triangle. Okay, total surface area. Area of one triangle, half times base times the height. But we have 4 triangles. Okay, and you must remember add the square. This square over here, which is 10 times 10, 100. Right, then you can get your final answer. Okay, any question about this? Remember, pyramid. Okay, then let me continue. Next question. Okay, this one, equation of a line or whichever, and then we rearrange certain formula, right? So this one is a formula. Question say, find the value of y when x equals to 1.6. So what I need to do, I need to plug it into my equation. First thing, copy. Y equals to 3y, not y, or 3y equals to 2 times the x minus the 5. So it's 2 times 1.6, right? So what we get 3y to be the number negative 1.8. But the question asks for y, not 3y. So what do we have to do? We have to divide by 3 to give you y equals to negative 1.8 divided by 3, negative 0.6.
Negative 0.6.
Thank you. Okay, so then that's how we get this answer. So you must remember, not only just plug in the number, remember if they want y, you make sure you divide accordingly, right? Next one, rearrange the formula to make x my subject. First thing, let me copy down. 3y equals to 2x minus 5. I want to make x my subject, but x is with a bodyguard number 2 first. We always start from the outermost enemy. This one tied together already. So we do shifting first. So what
Shift
we
5.
do? Yes,
Negative
correct.
5.
We shift away the negative 5, right? So we shift here, then the negative 5 shift here become
Plus 5.
very good. Remember to change the sign. So this one become plus 5. So here is 2x. Then the next thing, after you do your shifting already, but now this has a bodyguard 2. I'm going to get rid of the bodyguard. This is 2 times x. So I shall divide by 2, divide by 2. After I divide by 2, correct, then that's the answer, right? But remember to write in x is in front, x is equals to 3y plus 5, whole thing over 2. Okay, so yes. Okay, good. Okay, next question. So this one you must remember how to do the basic ones. Next question. Wait, let me go through, revise a little bit. If the question has something squared, let's say is x squared equals to 49. How to get x? How to undo the square?
Square root.
Square root, very good. Square root have how many answer? Square root got how many answer? 2 plus or minus. So square root of 49 will be 7 or negative 7. So if they give you square root or whichever, remember, okay? Can be used, sometimes they ask you find radius. But if they ask you to find radius, length don't need negative. So then you just only one answer. Okay, next question, this one, simple interest and compound interest rate. Okay, formula for compound interest is given in the formula sheet, but many people only copy this portion. Correct. What is in front?
5,000.
Huh? What is in front again?
Oh, wait, no.
Total amount. Okay. The word is total amount. Now, which one is the principal? This one is my principal. Compound interest rate, 3%. They say per annum means every year. So this is my interest rate. They say how many years? 5 years. So 5,000, 1 plus 3.8 to the power of 5. Then you key this into your calculator. 3.8 over 100 to the power of 5. Money comes in 2 decimal places. So 6024.9999. I have to round up on 9, become 50. Okay, 2dp. But this is not the final answer. Read the question. The question says they want the amount of interest. This is the total amount. How do I calculate the interest? Interest, yes, I must do what? My original is 5,000, right? I need to minus away my 5,000. Okay, to give me $1,025.00. Can? So this one must take note. Simple, the interest only they must minus. Okay, I sidetrack a little bit, got another type of question. What happens if it's a slightly harder question? They give you the total amount is $10,000. Then, but they never tell you the P. They give you the interest rate is 3.5% per year. Then they tell you the time period T n is equals to 4 years. Question, how to find P? Use the formula. Formula says total amount TA equals to P bracket 1 plus R over 100 to the power of N. So TA is now changed to the number 10,000. Okay, principal, I don't know. 1 plus interest rate 3.5 over 100, power 4. But what is all this? All these side, the number over here can be calculated using the calculator. So you key this whole thing into your calculator, right? You get a certain number. Or what you can do, I just want to find P, right? I don't want this whole portion. I take this number. How many zeros? Okay, divide by 1 plus 3.5 over 100 to the power of 4. Then you just leave everything to your calculator for your answer. Okay, so this one is a different type of question, a slightly harder question. It depends on whether the teacher will set simple, straightforward one, or they will set harder questions for you to practice. Okay, next question. Mary deposit $P into another bank that pays simple interest rate. Anyone remember what's the formula for simple interest?
P of
I equal to P
times
R times
T. The R is
100.
over
100.
100. Yes, because the R is interest rate, right? So in this case, let us look at our question. They deposit $P. Alamak, P don't know. But they say simple interest rate, 3% per year. So this one is my R. Then 5 years, this one is my T. Then they receive an amount of 390. This 390 is the interest. So it's not the P, it's not the P. The 390 is the interest. So the interest now change to the number 390. P, I don't know. Interest rate, 3%. 3% over 100 times. Time is 5 years. Okay, then what do we need to do? I undo everything I don't want. So 390 divided by 3 over 100 divided by 5. You calculate your answer. Anyone got the number? Oh, this one, Jinghui got the answer already. Jinghui, what's the answer? Yeah, never mind.
3600.
Thank you. Okay, so this is the amount of money she deposited. Okay, some other questions to take note. Maybe they ask you to find the interest. If the question they say they ask you to find the total amount, you need to take the principal plus the interest. That means take the original amount that you have. You must add the interest. If they ask you for the keyword total amount. Okay, then next time, this kind of question, usually they will ask you to compare which one is more value, which one is better? How do I know better or not, or which one is more? Okay, there are two types of cases. If I am investing money, okay, the more the better. Okay, but if I am paying money, I pay or I borrow money, or I pay money, okay, borrow or I need to pay the money, right? The lesser that I have to pay, the better. Okay, so not always take larger number means good number. So must look at the case. So look at the word. They are investing the money. They are saving the money. All right, they deposit the money. Okay, all these are the keyword. That means you want to earn money, earn. Okay, but then the other time I'm borrowing the money. I need to pay the installment. I need to pay extra charges like that. Okay, that one. But if the question say the bank pays you, is this good or not good? Bank give you money, good or not good? This one is a good thing, right? So that means you want the more, the better. Okay, but if you pay the bank, that one not good. That means you want cheaper, better. Okay, next question. Right, I don't have my time left. Okay, this one, arc length, sector area. Okay, first thing, remember the formula. Okay, circumference. What is the formula for circumference? Okay, cannot remember or you will mix up. Pi d lah, pi d. Okay, if you want area of circle, pi r square. Okay, so question over here, calculate the arc length. Length is in cm, circumference is in cm, area is in cm square. So I want this length only. So I'll take the angle 50 over 360 times the pi d. Now radius is 7, diameter will be 14. Then you calculate your answer. My answer, I only got 6.1 something. Is it correct? 1087, then round off 61, 3 feet, 1, 2, 3, 6.11 cm. Okay, this one is just say calculate the arc length. Sidetrack a little bit. If the question asks for perimeter of sector, perimeter of the sector means I want the arc length. I also must add the 2 radius at the side. So that means I want my arc length 6.11 plus the 7 plus the 7. So the perimeter will be 6.11 plus 7 plus 7. Then you get the answer. So read the question. Do they just want the arc length or they want the perimeter? Got difference. Okay, perimeter will have 2 steps. You need to include 1 more step. All right, next question. This one, I'm cutting out something. Okay, find the area of the remaining sector. That means I need to cut out. When I cut out, that means I need to minus away the shape, right? Minus. So in this case, what I need to do, first, let me find the area of the big sector. So area of the sector. The area of sector, in this case, only one small portion. So it's 50 out of 360. Area, pi d or pi r square. Pi r square. Okay, so we get this number. 50 divided by 360 times pi times 7 square. I get the number 21.380. Okay, next one, I'm cutting out. That means I remove, I need to minus away the remaining area. What did I cut out? I cut out the area of the circle. So I need to cut out the circle. So what I'm going to do, find the area of circle. Okay, area of circle, that will be pi r square, right? Shift pi 1.5 square. 7.0685. Then how do you find the remaining? Minus. Okay, you take the 21.380 minus away the number. Okay, then you get your answer. Okay, so I tried a little bit. There are many different types of shapes that you can have, then you minus, right? Okay, for example, one of the common ones, I can have a big sector. Maybe I'll take, okay, then I minus away another one. Maybe I find like that. Okay, a shape of a fan. Okay, this one, what will this be? If I have something like that, I need to take the area of the big sector. So find area of big sector minus away the area of the small sector. Okay, minus away the area of sector. But please take note, the radius of the big sector is R1 or R big. Okay, what is the radius of the small sector that I need to minus away? Which one is the area of the small sector? This is not the radius, no. This is not the radius, okay? This one is not the radius. The radius is here. You give me a minute. Okay, I repeat again, this portion over here, this one is not the radius. This is not the radius. The radius must always start from the center of the circle here. This one then is the radius for the smaller one. Okay, so this is the radius for the smaller one. Okay, so when you want to find the area of sector, most of you can find area of sector, but make sure you use the correct radius. Don't anyhow find the number and the length. Okay, if they want, this is to find area. If when you have something cut out, then you minus. But if I want to find perimeter, I cannot minus already. Perimeter, I need to add. Okay, I need to add part by part. I need to add the one with the bigger arc plus the one with the smaller arc. And then what else must we add? We must add this shorter side over here. Okay, so for perimeter, don't subtract anything. You add up all the sides. Okay, you add up all the sides. Is that okay? Okay, please know the difference. For area, if you cut out certain thing, you minus. But for perimeter, when you cut out certain thing, you can have more sides that appear. So you add up the different sides. Okay, next question. Not much time left. Okay, this one is a straight line graph, right? I hope you know how to remember to plot your graph. So first thing, the equation over here, y equals to this. X is equals to -1, we plug it inside, y equals to -1 plus 1 divided by 2. Using your calculator, you get a number. Okay, y equals to, now the x is the 4. 4 plus 1 divided by 2, you get 2.5, right? Then how do you plot your points? This point is -1, 0. That means block -1. Block -1, 0. 0 means I don't move up anywhere or I stay there. Next one, 1, 1. So this is the point 1. Block 1, go up to level 1. Okay, next one, block 4, level 2.5, 2.5. So block 4, the x is 4, but go all the way up to 2.5. Then mark the cross there. So this number here, I don't need this. Okay, then I draw my line. Yeah, I need to postpone my 2NA remedial. Okay, give me a minute. So I have this line already. Once you draw this line, you give birth to a baby. Please remember to label your baby. Give the baby a name. So this one is your straight line. Now, question: how do you use this to solve simultaneous equation graphically using the graph? So when you have the first one, x is this one drawn already. The other one, I wrote wrongly. TS. Okay, this one just change this to and TS. I don't know what's the equation. Okay, so anyway, there will be two lines. So you find, to solve the simultaneous equation, look for the points of intersection. So the point that is on both the lines together at the same time. Read the x-axis number. This is my x value. So x is equals to 2. Read the y-axis number. This one is 1.5. So this means y is equals to 1.5. So from there, you can write your solution directly. X is equals to 2, y is equals to 1.5. Any problem with this question? Ken? Okay, Ken, then I continue with the last. Okay, last part already. I am a little bit late. Give me a minute. Let me message my 2NA. I tell them I will be a bit late. I am still having remedial with 3NT. Okay. Okay, last question. This one over here. Okay, cylindrical packaging, cylinder. Why I choose cylinder? Because the cylinder formula is always not given in the cover sheet. So you need to remember, right? Volume of cylinder is take the base area, which is pi r square times the height. So pi r square h. If I want the curved surface area, okay, only the curved surface, I take the circumference times the height. So that will be pi dh. Okay, then next thing, what did they say? The label is to paste on the curved surface of the packaging. Find the area of the label. So in this case, I need to use the pi dh, pi d times height. Okay, my height is 48, no problem. But the diameter is 6.5. A word of caution when you see your diagram, diameter 6.5, remember automatically also need to find radius. So our radius will be 6.5 divided by 2, 3.25, just in case you need to use. Okay, but I want the diameter in this case, so I use 6.5. So pi times 6.5 times 48. That will give me 980.1. 8 round off 3 6 1 2 3 980 cm squared. Okay, can? Okay, now the last part of the question. Now how when I want to find the volume of the packaging, this one simple, straightforward. Pi r square, height is 48. But remember, radius is now 6.5 divided by 2. So it's 3.25. Shift pi times 3.25 square times 48. Right, so this one over here will still be 1592.78. Round off 3 6 8 1 2 3 round up, round down 1590 meter cube. Wait a minute, is it meter cube? This one is in cm. Okay, so I cannot round my answers really. I cannot round my answers first. This one is in cm, this is in meter. This is cm cube, but I want in meter cube. How to convert meter? Cm to meter. Cm change to meter is divided by 100. But cm cube, meter cube, divide by 100 cube of the answer. So this number will actually be a very, very small answer. Okay, 1592 divided by 100 cube. I get 0.00159368123 answer. Okay, so this one, please remember, cube the thing itself. Okay, next question, last but not least. Now that one is a practical application question. Let's remember a little bit this shape of the cylinder. The diameter is 6.5, the height is 48 cm. I'm going to pack all these shuttlecocks, right, or all the tubes itself into a box. Am I going to pack the cylinder standing vertically upwards, or I'm going to let the cylinder stand, this one for the air, or I'm going to make the cylinder lie down? Which one?
lie down.
Yes, thank you very much. So in this case, I need to imagine myself, I make the cylinder lie down. Why is that so? Because here 50, this one 25 cannot squeeze in, correct or not? So here 48 can squeeze in. Then how many extra space I have? I have extra space of 2 cm down there, correct or not? So I don't care about the thing. I know my cylinder will lie inside here that looks like that. Okay, then my question is, my diameter of my cylinder, very difficult for me to draw quite a circle. So my cylinder will lie down here, something like that. But I don't know how many cylinder I can fit in. Okay, I only know one cylinder, the diameter here, let me draw a bit smaller. One cylinder, the diameter here in this case is 6.5. How many 6.5 can I fit in? How many rows? How many column? Okay, divide by. So I will take this number of rows. Is it called rows or called a row? Rows. I also don't know. Okay, I'll take the whole thing is 20. Divide by 6.5. But we can only fit integer number because the tube cannot cut half one, right? So this one got 3.076. So we can only fit in 3 of them. Okay, so this part here, 1 tube. This part here, 3 tube. Then how many levels? I can stack up how many levels, right? One circle here, the diameter is still 6.5. Right, how many levels can I stack it up? So number of levels that I can stack up. The whole height is 25 cm. So I take 25 divided by 6.5. That will give me 3.846. But in this case, I can only fit integer values. So I'm not going to put 4. So I can only squeeze in 3 levels. And I have exactly 1. So in this case, how many cylinders of tubes can I fill in? Number of tubes. Right? I can fit in 1 by 3 by 4. 3 rows by 4 levels. So I can fit in 12 tubes, right? I can fit in 12 tubes. Each tube itself contains 12 shuttlecocks. So 12 times the number of shuttlecocks. That will give you 144 shuttlecocks. Okay, so this one will be the final answer. All right, any other question?
No.
Okay, no, then I will see you all again tomorrow for to do revision for paper 2. I try to finish up the worksheet by today and I print for you all in give out in the morning. If I don't have, then please collect from my pigeonhole number 51. Okay, with that, if that's the case, then no end of lesson already. I need to go for next lesson. Bye-bye. Bye.